I'm here with the Association of African Universities Television, AUTV. I just want to say that without the media, you won't know what's going on in the world. Even with the media, you sometimes don't know what's going on in the world. So you need to tune in to the reliable sources who are really on the front lines, who can give you the information you need and give you facts, not conjecture, give you real news, not fake news. And this is the place to find it, AUTV.
The voice of higher education in Africa.
This program is proudly sponsored by Vena Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
Good morning to you all and a happy holiday to all Ghanaians watching us today. You're welcome to Hello Africa Morning Show. We are broadcasting live from the headquarters of the AAU here in Accra, Ghana. And this program is brought to you by the Association of African Universities and proudly sponsored by Vena Mineral Water and Bigo Drinks. My name is Isabella Tetteh-Ahinakwa, and today I'm joined here by my co-host,
Philimon Edwards.
Great. Philimon, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine myself. And a happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
And happy holidays as well.
Happy holiday to you as
Great.
well.
So today, what do we have for our viewers? What are we discussing? What are some of the interesting topics for today?
Well, today we are going all the way from Sierra Leone and we'll end in South Africa. So we'll be talking about, in our top African news, we'll be talking about a building collapse in Sierra Leone, which unfortunately killed 11 persons. Then we'll also go into gender parity, which we are reading from a report code, unlock $287 billion for Africa, which will be a huge boost for the African economy. And we'll go into cyber attacks surge in Africa, which is threatening the GDP of a lot of African countries. We'll go with the World Bank, who are talking about a $90 billion plan to electrify Africa, which sounds like a lot of good news. And then we end in South Africa with rabies detected in some sea mammals.
So these are the top African news, but then we'll be taking some news portals, reviews, as well as engagement with our viewers and experts. Also, like I mentioned, today is a holiday, although we are celebrating Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. This was actually supposed to happen on 21st September, which is Saturday, but because it was a weekend, today the government or the president has given us the privilege to stay at home and then enjoy the day, relax, and then try to remember what our first president has done for us. So Phil, what would you say about Kwame Nkrumah? To me, I think when we talk about Kwame Nkrumah, all we know is he's a champion of African unity. He was an advocate for Africans to come together, leading to the establishment of the OAU, which is now the African Union. What would you say about Kwame Nkrumah?
Well, Ghana and Africa is eternally grateful to Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, the pioneer of the independence of Africa. He's a great man by all standards. You may have your own opinion about him, regardless of political divide or whatever it is, but Ghana owes a lot to Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and it's a good thing that in Ghana we are able to celebrate him. And I'm also happy to know that in parts of Africa he's celebrated as well, because in several countries there are monuments of him that speaks a lot about what he did for Ghana and for Africa. So to every Ghanaian watching us, have a blissful day today and enjoy the many blessings from the works and efforts of Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Ghana's first president.
Indeed, and we would like to also hear your opinion about Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll begin with the top African news. Please stay tuned.
Hello, Africa. Keep watching AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
You're welcome back from the break. If you just joined, this is Hello Africa Morning Show and proudly sponsored by Vena Purified Water and Biko Drinks. Now, to start with the top African news, we are taking this from the capital town of Sierra Leone as they mourn after a building collapse, killing 11 people. Now, a community is left grieving in shock and following the collapse of a 7-story building in Freetown, Sierra Leone on Monday, September 16. A report coverage by African News has revealed that at least 11 people have been confirmed dead, while 7 others remain hospitalized. The incident has raised serious questions about building safety and construction standards in the city.
The collapse has drawn residents from surrounding areas in search of missing loved ones. Rescue operations continue, though with limited resources. Calls for increased food, shelter, and emotional support for the affected community are growing as the National Disaster Management Agency requests more machinery to speed up the search for victims. Efforts to locate survivors continue. Community leaders have stepped in, urgently requesting more food, shelter, and psychological support for families. The National Disaster Management Agency has also highlighted the need for additional heavy machinery to expedite rescue operations. This is not an isolated incident in Freetown. In recent months, several buildings have collapsed, raising concerns over the lack of proper building permits and adherence to construction standards. Civil engineer Alusine Bangura emphasized the need for stricter regulations and measures to ensure proper licensing and expertise in construction. In response, the Ministry of Works and Public Assets has announced plans to implement stricter measures and bolster their workforce. Chief Director Paul Bokari revealed that the ministry will recruit more specialists, including architects, civil engineers, and structural engineers, to ensure building projects are properly diagnosed during and after construction, preventing future disasters.
This is quite sad to hear and actually calls for urgent response, especially when the story stated that it's actually this sad news has been happening for the past few months. And we also heard such story in Nigeria when a school building collapsed, injuring students as well as some fatalities. And it's about time we kind of strengthen some building regulations as well as invest in infrastructure. Moving on to the next story, a new report by the MasterCard Foundation in collaboration with McKinsey & Company reveals that addressing and removing systemic barriers such as care burdens, poor education completion rates, and limited access to financial services to young women's participation in Africa's workforce could boost the continent's GDP by 5% and unlock $286 billion by 2030.
The report, titled Young Women in Africa, Agents of Economic Growth and Transformation by 2030, shows that the continent could benefit by an additional $287 billion if gender parity in employment is achieved, raising GDP by 5%. The study emphasizes the importance of providing gender-inclusive employment policies and scaling up apprenticeships and boot camps in sectors like agriculture, ICT, and retail, which are critical to increasing young women's participation. The research also spotlights Namibia's success in boosting women's economic participation, serving as a model for other nations. According to the report, countries like Egypt, Nigeria, and Rwanda stand to gain the most by implementing similar strategies. At the launch of the report, Mariam Esther Dansanu, Director of Gender Programs at the Mastercard Foundation, indicated as Africa works to overcome the economic impact of COVID-19, young women remain critical to its recovery. The foundation plans to continue scaling educational initiatives through partnerships with organizations like Comfort and Fawe, ensuring that more women and girls can access education and employment.
Well, that was an interesting story, and we hope that this gender parity will open the GDP space for Africa to thrive. Now on to the next story. The number of cyber attacks in Africa continues to rise, with 2023 recording the highest number of weekly cyber attacks per organization on the continent. Experts warn that a lack of cybersecurity infrastructure could cost African countries up to 10% of their GDP annually.
Cybercrime has reached an unprecedented levels globally, with Africa seeing a dramatic increase in incidents. In 2023, the continent recorded the highest weekly cyber attack rate per organization. These attacks, often involving social engineering and fake websites, have caused significant disruptions and financial losses across various sectors. The United Nations Economic Commission for Africa has raised alarms about the lack of preparedness, warning that cyber threats could reduce the continent's GDP by 10% annually. Currently, 90% of African businesses lack adequate cybersecurity measures, leaving them highly vulnerable. Experts are calling for a comprehensive overhaul of cybersecurity infrastructure as Africa continues its digital transformation.
A major initiative to bring electricity to 300 million Africans by 2030 has begun with an initial 30 billion pledge from the World Bank and the African Development Bank. This funding forms part of a larger goal to raise $90 billion from various sources to electrify half of the 600 million Africans currently lacking access to power.
Several prominent climate organizations, including the Rockefeller Foundation, Global Alliance for People and Planets, and Sustainable Energy for All, have joined forces to create a technical assistance facility to help identify projects and secure funding. Rajiv Shah, president of the Rockefeller Foundation, indicated that the technical assistance facility is designed to help the World Bank and the AFDB jumpstart their ambitious electrification plans. Mission 300 strategy focuses on clean energy solutions such as mid-grid and solar power. Notably, in Nigeria, the World Bank allocated $750 million to expand rooftop solar and mid-grid projects, aiming to bring power to 17.5 million people. The program will continue to seek additional funds, with the remainder of the $90 billion expected to come from a combination of public, philanthropic, and commercial sources. Further commitments are anticipated at a World Bank meeting in December, with a summit planned for January 2025 in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania.
This indeed is going to improve some quality of life, as well as a great step towards achieving the SDG 7, which focuses on affordable and clean energy. Now, moving to the next story, scientists in South Africa have identified the first known outbreak of rabies among sea mammals. At least 24 Cape Verde seals were confirmed to have the virus, marking the first time rabies has spread within marine mammal populations. The outbreak was detected after a dog in Cape Town was bitten by rabid seal.
Rabies, typically seen in animals like raccoons, foxes and domestic dogs, is almost always fatal once symptoms appears. It spreads through saliva, commonly via bites. The virus was first detected in June 2023 when a dog was bitten by a rabid seal on a Cape Town beach. Subsequent testing of seal carcasses reveals that the virus had likely been transmitted between seals with the genetic sequence matching rabies found in black-backed jackals in Namibia. These jackals are known to hunt seal pups, potentially passing the virus to seals. With around 2 million seals migrating between South Africa, Namibia, and Angola, scientists are now investigating how widespread the virus is and how to control it. There has been warning issues to the public, especially around Cape Town, where seals often come into close contact with humans. This outbreak has raised concerns about how the virus spreads among seals and whether it will continue to affect seal populations along the South African coast. Authorities are now investigating how widely rabies is spreading among seal colonies and exploring containment measures, including testing the effectiveness of rabies vaccines for seals. However, challenges remain, including determining how to vaccinate seals that live mostly at seas.
This is quite sad, as Africa is currently battling mpox, and we do not want to hear these as well. So we are calling on scientists and researchers to collaborate to come up with vaccinations as well as some immediate surveillance. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue. Please.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Are you a university, college, high school, private organization, NGO, individual professor, instructor or facilitator seeking to take advantage of the numerous benefits of online education? Look no further. The AAU eLearn Africa LMS is a great opportunity to begin your journey to online course development and creation for teaching, learning and training purposes. AAU eLearn Africa LMS, which is a partnership between the Association of African Universities and eLearn Africa, has made available ease to use online learning tools to all stakeholders within the educational ecosystem of the African continent. This is to enhance teaching and learning in the bid to expand online learning opportunities for students in Africa. The online platform is open and available for free to all stakeholders and facilitates virtual access to classes without needing the other tools such as Zoom, Microsoft Teams, among others. For more information, visit www.elearnafricalms.com or contact us via aaulms@aau.org or estherm@elearnafrica.com. Follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook at AAU eLearn Africa LMS.
Hello Africa, keep watching AAU TV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
You're welcome back from the break. And next to discuss is we are looking at a collaborative effort between the Enrich in Africa Center and Incomedia, which has led to the establishment of a software called Website X5. We believe is a game changer for African businesses. Now, Website X5 is a software that guides users to build a small or medium-sized website, blogs, and online stores. And today we are privileged to have here with us online Federico Ramfaghi, who is the CEO of Incomedia. We will also be joined here by Zandili Intulu, the Director of Enrich in Africa, as well as Ms. Tendai, who is also from Enrich in Africa. Mr. Federico, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you very well.
Hello, Mr. Federico.
Can you hear me?
Yes, hear you very well. You're welcome to Hello Africa Morning Show once again. Yeah, right. So to begin with, I would like you to first of all tell us what is Website X5 and what led to the establishment of such a.
Okay, so Website X5 is a very easy to use for everyone software, no matter their technical skills. So here is why it's great for African entrepreneurs. First point is no coding needed. So you don't need to know how to code or have programming experience. And our software lets you build website by simply dragging and dropping elements. Second, great value with unlimited websites. So our prices are very good. And with one license of the software, you can create unlimited websites. This means you can develop multiple projects without extra cost. Easy steps, because Website X5 is called X5 because it's in really 5 easy steps you can create, and you can create your e-commerce. And also professional templates. We offer many ready-made templates that you can customize for your business, and this saves time and helps you create a professional look without needing design skills. And lastly, works offline. This is very, very important because you can use our software without an internet connection, which is very helpful if the internet is unreliable. You can work on your website anytime and publish it when you are online. So by making website creation simple and affordable, we help entrepreneurs quickly get online and focus on growing their businesses.
News, and especially to entrepreneurs, when we all feel that urge to have a website to introduce our products and services to users. Now, so this initiative is actually a collaboration between your company and the Enrich in Africa Center. I'm interested to know what sparked that partnership, what led to that partnership between your company and that of the Enrich in Africa Center.
Yeah, so we started the partnership with Enrich in Africa Center a few weeks ago, and it's very important for us because for us it's important to let the people in Africa know about our software, and they are very well known in Africa, and they work very closely with accelerators, and so we will offer to incubators and accelerators webinar, and we will teach them how to create an e-commerce and how to create a website.
Are you going to ensure that this partnership actually reaches entrepreneurs across diverse locations and also sectors within Africa? You know, when we look at the digital ecosystem, we have various sectors. So how are you going to ensure that this great initiative actually reaches to the diverse entrepreneurs in a diverse location?
So I think that Website X5, as I said, is very well known in Europe and in America, and now we will open, the doors for our software in Africa. And so I think that we have to think that African people is very important, and the digital divide for us is very important. So we would like to increase our presence in Africa and telling them how to create an e-commerce and a website in a very, very easy way. So at the end of the day, I think that we also want to commit and to adapt our solution to meet the specific need of African entrepreneurs. So we would like, for example, to actively seek and incorporate feedback from African users, and we would like to, in this way, to improve our software and address their unique challenges.
Interesting. Now, I'm talking about website creation. You know, we have various initiatives which I wouldn't want to mention name, but then let's look at the website X5. Someone listening to us will be like, oh, there are a lot of software that is trying to do these, and we still cannot use it, or we still don't know how to access it and all that. How suitable is the website X5 for African entrepreneurs, especially those who do not really have the expertise when it comes to technical aspects? How is this suitable for entrepreneurs, and how are they going to be able to successfully use this software?
Yeah, you just need to think about that. With Website X5, you can really create a website in 3 hours, 4 hours, half a day, because you don't have to use code, you don't have to use programming language, and it works like a wizard. So in 5 easy steps, you create your website. Also, we provide continuous support to all our customers. So we have also a knowledge base with many guides, video tutorials, and this is very useful for them. And in this way, we teach them how to create a website. And also as I said, is one-time purchase. So our software is purchased once instead of paying a subscription. So you pay only once, and you can create unlimited websites with a limited number of pages.
Right. So we are currently joined here by Tendai from Enriching Africa Center. Hello, Tendai. You're welcome to Hello Africa Morning Show.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
Before you joined, we were discussing with Federico what led to the partnership between your initiative and that of Incomedia. He's explained his side, but I'm interested to know what actually led to the partnership between Enriching Africa Center and Incomedia to establish such a great initiative.
Thank you very much, and once again for having me on the conversation, and good morning to the rest of your audience. My name is Tendai Paspamiri, and I'm the Partnership and Business Development Lead at Enriching Africa Center. So when you look at the overall divide in terms of digital absorption, particularly in certain countries, also even in the region, websites are a critical tool for any business to be able to thrive, to showcase, and also be able to interact with other businesses or other organizations. So at the heart of the Enriching Africa Center mandate is to be able to empower the ecosystem with the tools and strategic partnerships that lead to ultimately showcasing market access and linkages with other organizations. So Incomedia is such a partner that we, as Enriching Africa, bring to the ecosystem that drives that linkage and being able to have that cross collaboration between organizations and across different regions as well.
And we know Enrich in Africa actually was born out from the Enrich, no, I mean Enrich in Africa Center was born out from the Enrich in Africa project. Now, would want to know, so beyond the creation of this software or this website, what other support mechanism are offered by the Enrich in Africa Center, especially to equip entrepreneurs to have the skills and the digital skills, as well as to improve innovations and entrepreneurship?
Yeah, that's a very good question. So, like I already mentioned, one of the most important things that we do is the strategic partnerships, which is being demonstrated by our relationship with Incomedia. So we have several of those strategic partnerships that come to the ecosystem and directly benefit the entrepreneurs. And secondly, we have an extensive network of champions, and champions are your incubators, accelerators, and hubs. These are situated within Africa and Europe. And then that extensive network of champions provides auxiliary services to entrepreneurs that they can access, whether be it in programs or capacity building initiatives. And then most importantly, what that wide, extensive network provides is access to market. So those are the three core offerings or services as the center we provide to entrepreneurs: strategic partnerships, number one; number two, extensive of champions, which then provide capacity building or other programs; and most importantly, market access for either cross-border trading for their products or for funding access.
The website X5 actually stresses on affordability. We want to know how affordable is this software, and also what are some additional advantages that users are going to get when they purchase or when they get access to this software. Federico, if you can unmute and then restate what you were saying.
Okay, now can you hear me?
I can hear you. Please
can
go
you hear
on.
Me? Yeah. Okay. So website X5, as I said, is very easy to use, and we have different advantages for our customers. So the first is the business model. So you pay only once for the software, no subscription, and also we have different features for example, for the creation of e-commerce online shop. And also we provide a very big library of resources. Just think about, we give to our customers millions of videos and images that they can use for free to create their websites. And also we integrated AI, so artificial intelligence, and in this way they can easily create the text of their website in a very easy way.
Now, I'm happy to introduce and welcome Zandili, who has also joined us. Zandili is from Enrich in Africa Center. Hello, Zandili. Welcome to Hello Africa Morning Show.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hear me as well.
Feedback on my side, but I can hear you.
Well, so actually this question goes to you, Zandili. I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll go ahead and then ask the question. So, you know, currently we are moving into we are in the fourth industrial revolution, where we are being introduced to digitalization as well as technology. And, you know, some people are not really happy when it comes to technology and then digitalization. Now, I'm interested, or we want to know, what strategies have been put in place to encourage digital literacy as well as the adoption of e-commerce among African businesses.
You know, at the center of how the center operates is that we have a network of champions, which are our incubators and accelerators. And the reason why we have this network across Africa and Europe is so that we have feet on the ground that are in their own regions that can speak the language of the entrepreneurs within their regions. So how we encourage digitization, which is very important for any entrepreneur, any business that would like to thrive in the economy, is that we work with our champions, we leverage on them, that our entrepreneurs can gain access to some of the tools that they need to grow their businesses. So we are available across African and European countries. And when we get entrepreneurs that are interested in getting access to markets or access to certain tools, we refer our champions to them. We've got a very high quality of champions that run different cohorts for different stages of businesses. So that's how we encourage, that is our strategy of encouraging digitization. But we also encourage digitization across other innovation actors, such as your universities, your research centers, your technology transfer offices. So we share data about that. We share the data quite widely. Currently, we are busy with a project called the SEAT project, and in that, we are focused on 4 pilot regions. But with that, we have a growing network of research entities or research and innovation actors, primarily for now across Ghana, Kenya, South Africa, and Senegal. But the rollout of the tools is for all entrepreneurs or all ecosystem actors within Africa. Thank you.
And still on the increasing adoption of technology as well as digitalization, actually this question goes to all three of you, and I would like you all to mention some of the challenges users will be experiencing in terms of the the software, and what are some of the strategies put in place to curb these challenges. So use Andele first, you go, and then Tendai, and then Federico also mentioned some of the challenges and how we can curb, or what are the strategies put in place to curb them.
I think I'll let Tendai take this one. There is a feedback on my end.
Question once again. Digitalization as well as technology. One of it is cybersecurity, but I'm interested, I want you three to mention some of the challenges users will be facing as well as the strategies put in place to curb them. So I wanted Zandile to go first, but whoever can hear me, Federico, Tendai, you can go first and then it follows.
Okay, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, the main challenge I think is that someone can think that to create a website or to digitalize their company is a long process, but it's not so long. So for me, it's very important speaking about education and training. So we will offer as Incomedia many training courses and resources to help businesses understand digital and e-commerce. So this is, for me, education is the first thing to do.
Yeah, I think from my side, I would take it from a very macro point. The challenges around entrepreneurs and digitalization, mainly if you're looking in at a policy perspective, if you look at countries where they have adopted and harnessed the power of digitalization and have invested infrastructure into ensuring that there is fast, efficient, and backbone connectivity. There is higher absorption of digitalization and ultimately leading to commercial gain to the actual GDP of that particular country. So from an organization that supports the overall network, I would say if we address the challenges around policy on digitalization, we are ultimately able to even help the basic entrepreneur on the ground with access and available tools that are there.
I think my colleagues have kept up it well. But just to bring home some of the programs that we are currently busy with, we have, under the SEAT project that I spoke about earlier, we have learning expeditions, we have soft learning programs, and we have twinning programs that are initiatives that as the center within the ecosystem we are embarking on with our partners, so that we bring digitization at the doorstep of our entrepreneurs. Equally so, we also, within the SEAT project, are we are mapping some of the challenges that innovators face in taking their innovations to market, and we hope to reduce those barriers. So we are in the business of reducing barriers for innovation to reach markets. We are in the business of sharing of what is happening with funding, where is funding going, how can one prepare for investment, and in doing that, we rely on our network of champions and partners across Europe and Africa in order to reach the most marginalized groups. Because as you know, our areas in any country always are a step behind compared to your urban areas. So some of the strategies that we do, we run projects that are targeted at rural areas or marginalized groups. Thank you.
And we believe that both initiatives, that is that of the Enriching Africa Center as well as Incomedia, your main aim is to address some of the needs with regards to African market. So, Federico, beyond this website or this software, what other initiatives are there that is going to address some specific needs of the African markets?
We are trying to create partnership with local partners in Africa. For example, we are working with local payment system providers. We signed an agreement with Sikapay. Sikapay is a payment provider in Senegal and Ivory Coast, and so we integrated the system in their system in our tool. So in this way, to make payments for African users will be more easier than some months ago. And another point is that we will work, as I said, on webinars, education, training, and also we will try to work with university to create some training center in order to have people in the university which are able to train other users, entrepreneurs to create e-commerce. Because with e-commerce site you can easily sell your products and make money, and this could be very helpful for most of the businesses.
Now, to you, Tendai, we are happy to accept this initiative and would want more users to get access to this. Now, this is the platform. What would you say to our viewers to encourage them to go and use the website X5? What is your last words for our viewers? Mute and then say something. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me? Should I proceed? Can you hear me? Yeah. So as a parting shot, we're looking, like we said, ultimately as the Enriching Africa Center, we're looking at bringing strategic partnerships that help the ecosystem. So we have evaluated and seen that the website X5 Incomedia product brings not only the affordability, it brings the easiness of use, and it brings a scalable product that definitely is relevant for the African market beyond what is currently available on the market. I would say look out onto our platforms. We will be rolling out demo webinars where customers or different categories of customers are able to experience and ask real life questions on product and ultimately able to adopt it into their day-to-day use.
Federico, do you also have any words of encouragement to push our audience to go have access to the software?
Yeah, I think that we have to, for example, another idea is to share success stories. So we are trying to collect success stories from African customers that already created a website. And sharing a success story is very important because in this way, other businesses can see how one of our customers already created a website and made money with selling their products online.
And then to conclude with you, Zandili, what will be your words to someone who is interested, particularly when it comes to partnership, someone interested to partner with you, especially on this initiative? What will be your words to encourage such initiative?
Look, the center is open for business. We are here. Anyone, let me start with the entrepreneurs. Any entrepreneur out there who's looking for information, who's looking for where to go in order to grow their business, we are available to share our network and where you can go. To the champions, our incubators and accelerators out there who are singular, who are looking for partners, who are looking for access to market, who are looking for opportunities of funding, the center is here. Reach out to us on our platform, reach out to us on our LinkedIn, across our partners. We are here to respond to you. And finally, for partners who offer solutions that can be rolled out and have can be proven to have a big impact across regionally, Pan-African or Pan-European, we are open for collaborations and discussions, because at the end, our beneficiaries, our entrepreneurs must benefit. So we would like to see that record of how will our entrepreneurs. And thank you so much, AAU, for hosting us this morning.
Thank you very much, Federico, Ramfagi, Zandili Ntuli, and then Tandai. Thank you so much for making time to join us to discuss this great initiative. We are looking forward to see the success of it, as well as more partnership and then more initiatives to address African markets. Thank you once again for joining us. Right, so we'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we shall dive into the the African news portal reviews. Please stay tuned.
Are you a researcher or an innovator making a difference in Africa and Europe? The SIA Project invites you to share your success story and join a movement dedicated to sharing best practices, bridging knowledge gaps, inspiring others, fostering collaboration. Share your story now and be recognized, celebrated, connected with global network of researchers and innovators. For more information and to submit your story,
this is Hello Africa on AAU TV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
Welcome back to the Hello Africa morning show. You are still live on AAU TV if you just tuned in. That was an interesting session of interview with our guests, and we have got some insight into the development of that app. So let's go straight into our news portal review, and then we'll begin from Sudan. Rwanda has become the latest country to join a growing list of nations offering to host Sudanese students and academics through university twinning agreements, as the conflict between the Sudanese armed forces and paramilitary rapid support forces continues. Rwanda's initiative, announced on September 14, includes facilitating the Sudanese University of Medical Sciences and Technology's participation in local research networks and the establishment of UMSC branch. On the ground, a new initiative from the Forum of Professors of Sudanese Universities aims to support displaced individuals through food, medical aid, and job assistance, while this effort aims to help students resume their disrupted education. Experts warn of significant challenges. Now, Bella, what do you think about this story?
Yes, so I mean, when it comes to Sudan with the war issues, we've all been saying a lot and asking for it to cease and all that, but at least we are seeing some initiatives that are trying to support it, especially when it comes to the impact of the war. We are happy to see some of these initiatives, and specifically this one targeted to students, war and its impact. Students will be stuck at home, some dying, some not being able to go to lectures, and even when it comes to food and those kind of needs. So I'm really happy to see this training initiative that is at least helping students to at least encourage them. It's not end. This is not the end. We are still hoping that the war ceases, the war ends, but at least some support, and we are calling for more. Yeah, some support to these students is great. It's great.
I'm equally happy to know that there's a lot of support coming in for brothers and sisters in Sudan.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a war-torn country. They are trying to rebuild the country gradually, and we know the purpose of education in the setup of every society or every country, so to speak. So for a war-torn country like Sudan to be plagued with educational problems, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that they are getting the support that they need, and I'm more excited to know that Rwanda, an African country, is the one offering support, and not a Western country, so to speak. So it's good to know that Rwanda has come on board. They have joined the likes of Libya, Malaysia, Turkey, and then Egypt, and then Iran to offer this help. So we hope that they get a lot more support, and then the students in Sudan would be able to do the things that they need to do, and then eventually this will result in the help that Sudan needs to properly put their country together. Yeah,
and the story is also warning of significant challenges, which I'm interested to know. I mean, well, if a country is going through some challenges, and then there are some supports in to help curb or to help find solutions to these challenges, how is this also going to bring about another challenge? I don't know, but I see that the story was kind of warning them to watch out for some other challenges, which I'm trying to I don't know.
Well, I think that it has to do with let me say the help that the twinning universities are bringing in.
Okay.
Because definitely Sudan would have some sort of arrangement with their universities or tertiary institutions. So if the institution that is coming in to give the help has a different arrangement that may not benefit the students, probably curricular structure and things of that nature, it might be an issue. So I believe there should be some sort of dialogue between the universities that have been affected in Sudan and then the universities that are offering the help. That way, these two universities or bodies involved can be able to put themselves together and give the help.
And and then there will even be some common goals. I mean, if we all have the same goals and what we want to achieve, I mean, I understand where
it should be a win-win situation
I understand
for
now.
both parties involved. Well,
now moving to the next story, which focuses in Nigeria and still from the University World News, Dr. Abubakar Alkali, a lecturer at Bayes University in Abuja, has been released on bail after being detained by Nigeria's Department of State Services, DSS, for allegedly supporting the recent End Bad Governance protest. His arrest sparked a widespread outcry from lawyers and rights activists who condemned the action as a violation of human rights. Alkali was taken into custody in Sokoto State with his lawyer, DJ Adeyanju, highlighting the unlawful nature of the arrest. Human rights lawyer Festus Ogun criticized the detention, noting that it breached Nigeria's constitutional right to freedom of expression and personal liberty. Thousands of Nigerians participated in protests from 1st to 10th August 2024 against rising living costs, which were marred by violence and looting. In a related incident, the DSS had previously detained 6 Polish students for photographing the protest. Wow. Nigeria with protests, Kenya with protests, and now protesters are being detained for expressing their rights, showing that you have the freedom to express. In fact, when it comes to demonstrations, you have the right. If so far as you went through the appropriate channels. Yes, the appropriate channels, you got the thumbs up that you can do it. You can do it. But I don't know why he was Dr. Abubakar was detained, detained, and now on bail.
It's interesting to note that a person of his stature would be detained, arrested, and detained. I am unable to tell what is behind this so-called agenda, so to speak. I'm tempted to call it that.
I understand.
Let me see. This is not an authority, but I'm just tempted to put it in that way because for a person of that stature, adding his voice to support a protest, I do not see what is wrong in there. The report also doesn't say that he had been violent in any way or had done anything in any sort of manner that does not allow a peaceful protest. There's no indication of anything of the sort. So I do not see why he has to be arrested and detained. But I'm glad that at least some sort of negotiation or talk is going on for him to be released and people are adding their voices to it, because it's a big deal when it comes to protests in Africa. Like you rightly mentioned, Kenya's experiencing it, Nigeria, even Ghana in a certain sense, in recent times over Galamsey and other things like that. So I think that when it comes to protests, people have the right to do that. The citizens have the right to air their views. They are trying to hold the authorities accountable because they are the ones who have put them there. The authorities sometimes, I believe, forget that they are working for the good of the people. So I think that some of these things, I mean, they should be well looked at. When people, it sounds to me like he was targeted or something, but like again, I'm saying I can't substantiate it. But for a person of his caliber to be in that position, I mean, something of this sort shouldn't be happening in any longer.
And it's preventing people from if I should hear this, how am I going to be encouraged to next time be part of a protest?
So we can say that people are being suppressed by actions of this nature.
And talking about whether he has done something violently or whether he destroyed something that led to his arrest, I don't think so, because
the report doesn't say that.
Even the report is saying that 6 Polish students were detained for just
photographing, which is not wrong. Unless it's probably you tell me that it's in the where the protest.
It may be you are not allowed.
Where you're not
you are not allowed to.
But I don't think that
so as well. I don't
because
think
all
so.
of these things are not stated in the report.
No,
so
I don't think so.
It just tells you there's something going on, and then authorities must rise
up,
because these things can still give rise to more protests.
Of course,
because you are infringing of people's human rights. So it can give rise to more protests. So I think that the authorities must do the needful.
So next time the protest is not going to be end bad governance, but it's going to be freedom.
Exactly.
Freedom.
And probably more violence than we are seeing so far.
So to the government of Nigeria, please allow your citizens to express their views. Let them come to you. Let them demonstrate. It should be peacefully, but please do not suppress their rights.
Great. Right. On to the next story. The Ethiopian Education and Training Authority (ETA) is set to re-register all educational institutions in the country starting in September 2024, coinciding with the new academic year. This initiative aims to establish a uniform licensing standard and improve the information management system for all institutions regardless of their previous accreditation status. The ETA has outlined 4 primary reasons for this re-registration. Number 1, re-evaluation based on new licensing standards. Number 2, uniformity in the licensing process across all institutions. Number 3, development of a comprehensive information system. Number 4, elimination of disparities between private and public institution licensing. However, the legality of nullifying the status of institutions that have operated for over 25 years has been questioned, as it may contradict the Higher Education Proclamation of 2019. Critics argue that the ETA's justification under Directive 988/2024 could undermine stability and threaten private institutions, which are already concerned about potential closures. The re-registration process will unfold in 3 phases, starting with previously accredited institutions, followed by those established by regional governments, and finally federally established institutions. The process will require submission of institutional profiles, documents, and site visits for verification. Interesting story here. Yeah. I do not know why this is happening, because when I went through the document, I did see that it's sort of to, like, the institution, the ETA has outlined that they have stated 4 reasons why they want to do a re-registration of the institutions. But then the legal documents in there also is sort of contradicting the efforts to make sure this happens. So I'm struggling to find the differences why there's a proposal to do a re-registration of the institution, and then there's a document which is fighting it. So I can't understand in the first place why it has even been proposed.
Okay, so I also cannot tell why, but I am in support of this movement, because you know, currently there's been news, not just in Nigeria, but somewhere that some institutions are not accredited.
I was going to mention that later.
Yes, some institutions have not been accredited and they are still operating, which is actually affecting students. You complete school 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, and even if certificates 1 year, and then you end up knowing that the certificate you have is not accredited, and hence you can't use it. So I really appreciated this movement, and it's going to let them know the institutions that are actually not accredited, and you'll be accredited.
Yeah, well.
Yes, and you can legally operate without being apprehended or being cancelled or facing challenges. So to me, I think this is a good initiative. And also, when it comes to this, I'm sure aside the institution being registered or re-registered, I think they're also going to touch the curriculum, because it's about time we update some of our curriculum and then make sure it addresses or it meets the needs of the country. So at least they're doing this, they will be able to identify some of the challenges on ground. They will know, okay, this, and I like how it is systematic. They are starting with this group of institutions, then they move to this group. So before they will move to the next group, they will be able to identify those challenges and then find solutions to them before they'll be able to move to another challenge. So to me, I really like it and I'm in support. With a document that is not in support, I don't know, probably is looking at the cost, is looking at the time frame. You know, one of the reasons why some schools were kept operating whilst they've not been accredited is because they said the procedure for the registration or for the accreditation is so long and they can't wait, they need money, they need to operate, and all. That's why they kind of started to operate even before they are given the thumbs up to start. So I'm sure the document that is against this movement is looking at, one, the cost of the re-registration, the efforts, and then the time frame, how long it's going to take for all institutions to be re-registered or to be appropriately or legally registered. So to me, that is what I'll say. But I'm fully 100% in support of it. And I wish that other African countries will look at this and then also do it, because we have issues. And I think maybe AAU should also maybe take this initiative to empower institutions in the African countries to do this. It's a good step. It's a really good step.
I like your submission, and I can agree with you, or I want to agree with you on the issue of the curriculum. I believe that if the curriculum is upgraded, it will do a lot of good. Many of the universities or tertiary institutions across Africa are using, let me say, outdated curriculum.
That is it.
So it will be nice to see some upgrade to bring the educational system to a contemporary level, especially in the advancement of IT and things of this nature. Now we have AI as well. So all of these things must be integrated in the curriculum so that we are sure that our African brothers and sisters all across the African continent are getting very good education.
And even talking about AI, currently the African Union has come up with a strategy, their artificial intelligence strategy. So it's a thumbs up, I mean, to know how they can incorporate AI into some of this curriculum in terms of higher education and all that. I mean, I'm in support of it.
That's awesome. That's
awesome. So moving from the university world news to Reuters, we are looking at a story that is kind of a warning from the Africa CDC, saying that Mpox is not under control. Now, the Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Africa CDC, has raised alarms over the ongoing Mpox outbreak in Africa, stating that the situation is not under control. The number of cases has surged by 17%, with death increasing by 38.5% compared to the same period last year. During a recent briefing, Africa CDC Director General Jean Kassiya emphasized the troubling rise in cases, noting that 2,912 new infections were reported in just 1 week, including a new case in Morocco. Currently, 15 out of 55 African Union member states have reported Mpox cases. Kassiya highlighted the urgency of the situation, revealing that 14 people lost their lives to the disease in just 1 week. He noted that in some regions like Cameroon and the Democratic Republic of Congo, multiple strains of the virus are circulating, but inadequate surveillance hampers the ability to assess the full scope of the outbreak across the continent. Mpox started gradually, and then it hits DR Congo, boom. And now we are looking at Cameroon, and then a new case in Morocco. Yes, I know you like the sound, boom. And now we are saying, they are saying it is not under control. Hey,
that's an alarming situation.
It is. It is. Look at COVID-19. What happened during COVID-19?
Yeah.
And now Mpox.
Right. I am not happy to hear that. It's
no, I'm not. Control. I may be smiling, but I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not happy to hear that, because currently 15 countries out of 55 in the African Union member states have reported on Mpox. This is not looking good. The numbers are increasing way too fast. Yeah. I mean, of course, when you compare to COVID was way higher than this, but this is not good. And my concern with this story is that when I read through it, I didn't see the WHO in anywhere. I would want to use this medium to engage the WHO.
So no, actually, I think there's been a story where the WHO actually came in to pronounce this as an emergency outbreak, or
Well, okay.
And then actually there's some kind of vaccination, but they are looking at, you know, we can't just vaccinate. Actually, it's not even enough. It's not adequate to to reach out the whole country or no, the whole African continent. You get, so they are starting at some particular people who will be vaccinated, but then we still need to look at urgent responses to this, especially when Africa CDC is saying that it is not under control. We saw there's been some news where money has been pushed towards this, yes, from the WHO and some other sponsors trying to push money into this to get vaccines, and then especially with the surveillance and monitoring, how to ensure that the disease will not spread rapidly. There's been some efforts to my personally, I know that there's been.
That's good to know. Then that's an information I didn't have. So then I retract my statement from there. But I'd like to say that when it comes to the vaccination, from the story, Rwanda, for example, has started vaccination already. But a country like DR Congo, who's already suffering the impacts, hasn't started vaccination, which is a thing that I think is very alarming. I wish that they can be able to do something about this quickly, so that the people in DR Congo can be able to get some sort of let me say immunization to happen quickly for them, so that they'll be able to prevent this thing, especially those who have not had it already, because it's going quickly in DR Congo. So if the authorities can make sure that they get the vaccines in time.
That is the right thing, in time, because you know viruses they mutate, and currently they are saying there are multiple strains of the virus. So if we are not lucky, and then maybe the vaccine they'll do was maybe can only attack
made for the first strain.
Exactly.
What happens to the second strain that has been
mutated? Exactly.
Yeah. So
we have to work. We really have to work on time, and then
we are running out of time. We are running out of time. So the authorities should be able to do something quickly. All right. So let's move on to the next story with Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola plans to invest $1 billion in its Nigerian operations over the next 5 years, as announced by the country's presidency following a meeting between President Bola Tinubu and senior executives from the company. This investment aims to expand production capacity, enhance supply chains, and support training and development initiatives. Since 2013, Coca-Cola has already invested $1.5 billion in Nigeria. During the meeting, CEO Zoran Bogdanovic expressed confidence in Nigeria's potential as a market, contingent on a stable and enabling business environment. This is a lot of good news for Nigeria. A lot of good news.
It is. When I saw this story, at first, before reading, I was like, $1 billion invested in Coca-Cola. Okay. Well, what are they trying? Is it to produce more drinks or to do? But after reading, and especially when I got to know that they want to support development initiative as well as training, not just looking at enhancing the supply chain, but they also want to some kind of community CRS. Corporate social
responsibility.
Yes, I was really pleased, and at least it's going to build, especially the youth skills to kind of enhance or improve employability and all that. Yes, so when I saw it, I was really happy, and I mean, it's a kudos to Nigeria. They should go ahead with this, and we are hoping we get more investment. Investment is really good. It actually develops a country.
Africa needs it. Africa really needs it. I'm happy to know that even from 2013 they have invested $1.5 billion already, and then they are going to do another $1 billion. What it also means is that Coca-Cola is seeing a lot of improvements in what they are doing, so they are willing to invest more. So congratulations to Nigeria on this, and then a good work done by Coca-Cola as well. And I hope that they are able to extend it to the rest of the African countries who have similar challenges, and then they'll be able to also benefit from things of this nature. Right. Okay, so we'll go on a short commercial break. When we return, we have the trend of the week.
The CGC Show is back on your screens. This season on the CGC Show bring you nothing short of interesting and of course educative interviews. We are going to delve into the areas of technical and vocational education and training, TVET. We will get interactive with our professional and well-experienced guests to educate us on how to attain the career path you have been dreaming of in TVET. On the show, we focus mainly on highlighting career opportunities and job prospects available in the program you are studying or yet to read at the tertiary level. Better yet, we help you understand that whatever venture you are in can contribute to the economic development of our beautiful continent. Join me, Mr. Ako, on the CGC Show on AAU TV as I engage experts and professionals to help build and nurture your career. The CGC Show, your trusted pathway to your dreams.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
You're welcome back from the break and thank you for sticking with us. Now, looking at the trend of the week, we have Elon Musk's Neuralink has just secured FDA breakthrough device designation for its innovative brain implant, Blind Sight, which aims to restore vision for individuals who lack eyes and optic nerves. This device works by processing neural signal to help patients regain sight, potentially accelerating the timeline for human trials. In addition, Neuralink is conducting tests on another implant designed to enable paralyzed individuals to control devices simply by thinking about it. Currently, trials are underway with 3 patients. This dual focus highlights Neuralink's commitment to pushing the boundaries of neurotechnology and enhancing the quality of life for those with disabilities. Elon Musk, congratulations to him for such a great establishment, the Neuralink. And so this I know that the less privileged or the people with disability, especially they will be very happy. And I'm just hoping, especially with the cost effective, the cost.
It's exactly what I was thinking about.
I'm just hoping it should be affordable. Because this goes to the less privileged, the impaired people with disabilities. And we know how things are kind of a bit difficult for them. So it should be, or probably maybe someone can sponsor and then look at a school or some organization with the blind and then just sponsor them with this great device.
Elon Musk himself is a billionaire. He should be able to do some giveaways.
He
should be able to do some giveaways.
He should.
He should have Africa in mind.
I
know he probably be looking.
You are being selfish.
But he should have, Africa is less privileged. To some extent. So, kudos to Elon Musk on this groundbreaking achievement.
And I can imagine the excitement, the experience. You've been blind for a very long time, and then within a short period, you can at least see.
Yeah.
I can imagine the experience.
Yeah.
It's not going to be.
It'll be a good experience.
It's going to be like tears of joy. Trust
Definitely.
me. I can't wait to see someone use these devices.
Yeah, I'm also waiting to see how it's going to be used and how these brothers and sisters who are suffering from these kind of things would react to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot of good news.
Yes, and the interesting one is the device, which is focused on the paralyzed individuals, where maybe you just think about raising this mark and then you can just raise it just like that.
That's artificial intelligence.
I tell you, very soon you just think like, okay, you'll be home and then you just imagine, okay, I'm at work, and then you just be you'll be at home, but you're just imagining you're at work and be working. It's possible. It is really possible.
Anything is possible with artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
I just hope that at the end of the day, human beings are still safe anyway.
Yes.
Because regardless of the situation, it's human beings that are behind it.
Yeah.
So I just hope that we are not
don't overdo it
and get to that point where
they will come and control us.
Abilities.
Yeah, very true. So that is the trend of the week. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, we shall dive into the world of sports. Please stay tuned.
Hello Africa, keep watching AAU TV.
Are you a researcher or an innovator making a difference in Africa and Europe? The SIA project invites you to share your success story and join a movement dedicated to sharing best practices, bridging knowledge gaps, inspiring others, fostering collaboration. Share your story now and be recognized, celebrated, connected with global network of researchers and innovators. For more information and to submit your story,
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
And welcome back from that break. We will go straight into the sports segment and we'll begin with trending news in that segment. According to French outlets, Liverpool right back Trent Alexander-Arnold has tabled a bid to purchase French League One side Nantes, and this is said to be in the region of about £84 million, or let's say 100 million euros. The current owner, Kita, the 71-year-old, has owned the club since 2007, but it is said that he has grown tired of the club's financial problems in recent years. However, the Kita family have denied the interest in the selling of the club. Anyway, we just hope that Trent's bid will be able to go through and then the club will be given to him and we'll see some proper management from there. He already has some shares with some French outfits, but then at the end of the day, he's still trying to expand his business, and then we'll see how it goes for him. So we hope that Alexander-Arnold is able to go through with this. And next on the story is salaries for the Galacticos of Real Madrid. So with the arrival of Kylian Mbappe, Jude Bellingham and then Vinicius Jr. have also seen a rise in the let me say salaries, because the president, Florentino Perez, wants these three lads to be on the same level so that there's no salary disparity. Arguably, they are three of the best footballers currently in the world. If you do the top 10, they'll probably rank in the best 5 currently. So Florentino Perez wants to make sure that there's some good relationship among these two footballers on the pitch and off the pitch, so that there's no salary disparity. Already there's issues of a bit of rivalry between Vinicius and Mbappe, but it doesn't seem to be a big deal with manager Carlo Ancelotti already handling the business at Real Madrid. We'll go straight into the English Premiership. Liverpool also bounced back from their 1-0 defeat last weekend to win 3-0 against Bournemouth after a sloppy start, which almost gave away a win to a first goal to Bournemouth, but that goal was ruled out by VAR. The Chelsea also won 3-0 away from home against lackluster West Ham United. Nicholas Jackson is continuing with his form, and he scored a brace in this game, and he's making sure that his new contract is counting very well for him and then his club. Manchester City played Arsenal yesterday, and they drew 2-2 at the Etihad. John Stones scored in injury time to rescue a draw for the defending champions. Erling Haaland also scored in the 9th minute, which was the opener of the goals, and that was his 100th goal for Manchester City. Manchester City sits on top of the table currently after week 5 of round of matches with 13 points, followed by Liverpool and Aston Villa with 12 points each, and then Arsenal in 4th position with 11 points. We'll go into La Liga, where Barcelona have continued their 100% record win with a 5-1 victory over Villarreal over the weekend. Lewandowski and Rafinha both scored a brace in that game. Real Madrid also won at the Bernabeu with 4-1 against Espanyol, and the 3 top attackers for Los Blancos also found the back of the net. Barcelona currently sits on top of the table with 18 points, while Real Madrid follows in 2nd position with 14 points. Into Serie A, the Italian league, the 2 giants in Inter Milan and AC Milan clashed last night, and AC Milan carried the day with 2-1 in injury time. And on their table, it's rather interesting. Torino sits on top of the table currently with 11 points, followed by Napoli with 10 points. Juventus, however, sits in 4th position with 9 points, while Inter Milan and AC Milan follow respectively in the 6th and 7th positions with 8 points each. Finally, into the Bundesliga. That is the German league. Bayern Munich won 5-0 away from home when they played Werder Bremen. And defending champions Leverkusen won 4-3 against Wolfsburg in a 7-goal thriller at home. Leverkusen scored the winning goal in injury time through Nigerian striker Victor Boniface to win that match 4-3 and to keep their current form going. So that's all we have in the sports news for this segment and for this week. We'll go for a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will wrap up this show.
Hello, Africa. Keep watching AAU TV.
This program is proudly sponsored by Venom Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.
Welcome back from the commercial break. And so far today, we have been looking at our top African stories. Freetown, Sierra Leone mourns after building collapse kills 11. Gender parity could unlock $287 billion for Africa by 2030, as reports indicate. Cyber attacks surge in Africa, threatening 10% of GDP annually. The World Bank also launches $90 billion plan to electrify Africa, and then the outbreak of rabies detected in South African seals.
And then when we look at the news portal review, we had some stories from Sudan, from the University World News, where some twinning initiatives aimed to help war-affected students. We also took a story from Nigeria where a lecture has been billed who was held over the End Bad Governance protest. We also looked at apprehension over re-registration of tertiary institutions in Ethiopia, as well as the Africa CDC warning that the mpox is not under control in Africa. We also had some engagement with experts from Inco Media, and then Enrich in Africa Center, where they developed a software called Website X5. And then Philimon also gave us some stories from the world of sport. If you just joined, you've not missed a lot. You can follow, or you can go back to our social media handles at Association of African Universities on Facebook and YouTube to watch the full discussion, as well as to make comments and then also like the video. As said earlier on, today is a holiday in Ghana, so happy holiday to all Ghanaians as we celebrate the Dr. Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah for all the good work he has done. Phil.
Enjoy your holiday, Ghanaians, and we hope that we'll continue to enjoy the benefits of Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And all Africans I know celebrating Nkrumah as well. So wherever you are, get a mug or a glass and then drink to the spirit of Africa. All right.
Exactly. And so this program is proudly sponsored by Vena Purified Water and Biko Drinks. I always say, if you want to touch someone, if you want to add up to someone's life, you should purchase this, because as you purchase, 1% of the money goes to the less privileged. My name is Isabella Tetteh-Ahinakwa, and I've been doing this with my co-host
Philimon Edwards.
Have a nice day.
This program is proudly sponsored by Vena Mineral Water, Share the Love, and Bigo Drinks.